I'd like to show you how we can solve a linear system of equations. We'll talk about a 2x2 system of equations and also a 3x3 system of equations using the Sharp calculator. First of all, here's our system of equations. 2x minus 2y is equal to 45 and 4x plus 3y is equal to 12. We've got two equations and two unknowns. That's two variables and two equations. Again, the way we're going to be doing this is we're going to need to enter this into our calculator. So when your calculator is set to normal mode, from this mode, we're going to find the mode key. We'll hit the mode key, and you can see that there are 6 options on the first page. We're going to hit the down arrow button to get into the equation mode. And equation mode is accessed by using 6. So we're going to go down and select 6. And we have what type of equation? Well, when I look at the equation, I have two variables and two unknowns. So that's 2 VLE. And 2 VLE is two variables. Three variables, no, that's not what we have. We don't have a quadratic and we don't have a cubic. So we're going to select 0 for a two variable system of equations. So 0 is going to be our selection. And now the calculator is asking us to enter values for A1 and B1. And so at this point, what we'd have to do is have to recognize that we've got a system of equations where we have A1 x plus B1 y is equal to C1. So in other words, we need to select the coefficients for x and y in the first equation. And the second equation is going to be A2x plus B2y is equal to C2. And so there's our second equation. And it's going to have coefficients A2, B2, and C2. So let's get ready to key in the values. So in this case, we have 3x minus 2y is equal to 45. So A1 is equal to 3. So I'm going to key in 3 for A1 and press the enter button. And for B1, I've got negative 2y. So we've got negative 2 for B1 and press the enter button. And the next thing that I have to do is enter in the first constant, and that constant C1 is 45. This system of equations is given to you in standard form already. You don't have to make any changes to it. And now we're ready to enter in the constants and the coefficients for equation number 2. And we've got 4x plus 3y is equal to 12. So A2 is equal to 4, coefficient is 4. Press the enter button. And B2 is 3. Press the enter button. And C2, the constant for equation 2, is 12. So we'll press 12 and the enter button. And now the system of equations solution crops up on the screen, and it tells us that x is equal to, for this particular system, x is equal to 9.35 if I take it to 3 significant digits, and y is equal to negative 8.47. And there's our solution for our 2x2 system of equations. Now let's see if we can solve a 3x3 system of equations. Now recall that our calculator is still set right now to mode solving a 2x2 system of equations. So let's go back into mode again, and we'll press mode, and we'll have to go to the second page for solving system of equations, and we've got to 6. Select 6 for equation. And this time we're going to choose 3 variable, because here we have 3 variables and 3 unknowns, x, y, and z, and 3 equations. So 3 variables, 3 unknowns. So that's option number 1. So let's select 1. And now it's asking us to enter in values for A1 and B1. And remember that for a 3x3 system of equations, we have A1 x plus B1y plus C1 z is equal to D1. That's our first constant. We have 3 equations and 3 unknowns. So then the next equation, the second equation, will be A2x plus B2y plus C2z is equal to D2. So there's our equation 2 with 3 variables. And our third equation will be A3x plus B3y plus C3z is equal to D3. So there's our 3x3 system of equations. So are we ready to enter in our coefficient values? For A1, we're going to enter in a coefficient value of 1 and enter. For B1, we're going to enter in negative 2 and for enter. And for C1, we're going to enter in 5 and enter. The first constant for the first equation is 4. So the first equation is equal to 4. Now we're ready to enter in the coefficient values for the second equation. That's a2. For x, we have a coefficient of 4. And the second coefficient is -3. And if any of the variables are missing, for example, if there's no z variable in the second equation, we would have a coefficient of 0. But in this case, we have -1z. So we'll key in -1 for C2. And for D2, we have a constant of 10. And now we're ready to enter in the coefficients for the third equation. That's equation 3. So that would be 1, 1, and 1 for x, y, and z. And the first constant is equal to 7 for equation 3. Sorry, 17. And now we have the solution for x, y, and z, and another value that always appears when you're solving a system of equations on your calculator, and that's d. That d value stands for the determinant. So if you were talking about matrices, the determinant will become a very important factor. But now let's write our conclusion. The solution for this system of equations is x is equal to 8.16. We'll round them off to 3 significant digits. Y is equal to 6.9. 1, and z is equal to 1.93. And so there's our solution to this 3 by 3 system of equations. And these values of x, y, and z will satisfy all 3 equations.